What's up, guys? Here with another video. In this video, I'll be sharing you, several fundamental mistakes that actually slow my racing down, right? I mean, yeah, several mistakes, that slow me down, and that could slow you down, as a runner, right? This video is specifically, for, running, right? And also, by avoiding this type of mistake, I've been noticing that I've been running a lot more efficient and feel a lot less. I've been noticing that I've been running, a lot more efficient, a lot more faster, and I feel a lot more better too, right? I mean, I've been running, like a lot quicker paces, and my heart rate is lower, and I feel more better, and also, my form is like a lot more stronger too, right? I feel stronger and faster, without, me dying so quickly, right? Without me, running out of oxygen, right? Out of my body, right? So yeah, like I did not believe that this result may came out, but before I end this video, before I show you all mistake, I show you what happened to the result. Happened to me, coincidentally, right? So yeah, like why I've been struggling running and how I suddenly got faster, and I'm almost, at my fitness that I was, back, a few years ago, right? As you can see, like as an athlete runner, you're gonna have your peak time, right? I mean, people do make some, very bad fundamental mistake that cost, their athletic performance to decline, like really large, right? The obvious ones like, overtraining or undertraining, right? Undertraining means that you didn't, practice enough, so your body will slowly, lose its athletic performance over time, right? Overtraining means that, you burn out your body, you overwork your body, and your body, gets depleted, and then lose, its, capacity, right? And then it loses strength, and now, you feel like you're a lot more slower, you're a lot more tired, and you feel a lot more frustrated, right? And that's what's been happening to me, right? Of fundamental mistake I've been doing. So obviously, running too hard in the past, right? So this is how I got injured, in like, god damn, it's already like 2 years ago. Type of in 2023, right? The only reason why I keep getting injured because I'm just like obsessed with running, right? This is what hinders my running performance, right? I get obsessed with it, right? I mean, that's my natural habit. It's like, like I love running because it's just like, it's just, part of my hobby, and it doesn't require, lots of skill, except you just keep like going. It's all like in one, right? It's not like, basketball or, or other sport, where you have to be more physical, go against the opponent, right? Running, it's like more like an individual sport, right? So yeah, I actually, like went out, way too hard and all stuff, and that's where I overworked my body, and this is how, I sprained my muscle, and that's why I had been out for, several months, right? And this is why, I have to go to rehabilitation, and then I have to rebuild up my strength. So yeah, obviously, like the reason why I run slower is, and the mistake that I made running is that, you need to listen to your body, right? You should not listen to your feelings, right? I know that sometimes, someday, my body actually wants, for me, to slow down, right? At the same time, I cannot be running too slow because, the body gets bored, and the body will want me to run a little bit faster, because it realized that it has a lot more, strength and energy, maybe just to, increase the speed, right? So yeah, I've been watching, other YouTubers as well, like how they improve their, their mile time or their 5K time or whatever that is, and I'll be sharing it to this video because by following their way, it actually helped me to get faster, right? And that was actually true, right? So yeah, before, I talk about more tips of, like one mistake I did that slowed me down running and why I've been struggling, and how I was a lot better than I did was, like a year ago, right? So I think this video was recorded on December 31st, 2024, right? I remember like exactly, you know, around a year ago, you know. So I ran like my 800 meter, you know, and it was over 230, right? I mean, my running performance, you know, around like late 2023 was really bad. Yeah, obviously because I have dealt with injury, and obviously because, you know, I just overworked my body without me noticing it, right? You know, I did like a lots of, you know, bad training, all stuff, right? Maybe because of, yeah, so this is what happened in 2023. So obviously, you know, right after your injury, right after your rehabilitation happened back in 2023, I was able to, like, I did not run a mile, but I ran like my 800 meters around almost stopping a 220, right? Well, my fastest, you know, 800 meter time in 2023 was a 221, right? But then, you know, I noticed that my fitness has dropped down to like around like a 230, right? On the, like, this is like so scripted, and this is coincidence. So on December 30th of 2023, my 800 meter time has dropped down to like 2 minutes 35 seconds and a half, right? Or approximately 155.5 seconds that I ran half a mile. And then, you know, and then exactly a year later, you know, I didn't know that I run a half mile just like I did last year, right? Which is yesterday, you know, of, you know, December 31st, 2024, you know, the video I record today. So I ran the exact same 800 meters in a different location, you know, unfortunately. But the thing is that my time has gone much better, and that's what happened as a result, you know, when I avoided the mistake, right? I actually got 20 seconds faster, and this really shocked me, right? And I keep complaining that my body's depleted. I never have a good body. God gave me the worst body I ever, and I thought like my body's disabled. I cannot do anything in life. But these people, you know, prove me wrong, right? I look like a stupid idiot, you know. I did not know that my body is way more capable than I could, you know, when I stopped making excuses and stopped making, you know, silly, you know, lame reason, you know, why I can't do this, why I can't do that. So I went down from a 235 to all the way up to like 215 or 216, you know, 800 meter or half a mile, right? So yeah, I ran exactly about 20 seconds faster, you know, just for the half mile, and that is a big chunk of a time. Tell me about it, you know. I know 20 seconds doesn't sound a lot, but when you're in a light runner, 20 seconds is going to be a humongous difference, right? Because yeah, like I said, you know, like, you know, as me, you know, as a long time runner, you know, as experienced runner, it's like once you run under a 6-minute mile pace, in my opinion, or where you get to like your certain finish, losing, you know, a second is like a battle uphill, right? Losing 20 seconds is a lot, man, especially, you know, for very short distance, right? I mean, losing 20 seconds, you know, if you lose 20 seconds in a mile, like anything like under a mile, and if it's like under a 6 or 7 minute mile pace, that is a very big improvement. And I gotta have the respect for that, right? So yeah, so before I ran the half mile, I expect my, you know, fitness not to go any faster than 223, right? My originally, so I did got 10 seconds faster, you know, as I ran, you know, summer of, you know, 2024. I got my, you know, 800 meter down to, you know, 225, right? And my goal before end of this year is to get at least 223 or faster. The reason is because you know that your 800 meter is always at least 10% faster than your, you know, your overall mile time, or your overall, your average mile time is only 9% of your 800 meters. So for example, if you run like 10 miles an hour for, you know, half a mile, then your mile time, it's gonna be around 9 miles per hour if, you know, if you're experienced, you know, depending on your body. But some people, you know, they're not good mile runners, so they might run a lot slower than, you know, 90%, or their 10 miles per hour will become like 8, you know, and half miles per hour, or even much slower than that. So yeah, you know, it is what it is, right? So yeah, that is a very huge improvement, and that's what shocked me the most, right? I mean, just by, you know, I think that's what helps me to, you know, to run faster and all stuff, is that you always have to like believe in yourself. You always have to, you know, think positive, right? I know that that strategy sounds stupid for like me or for some people, but it actually helped me to work, right? It helped me turn out like when you reduce your stress level, when you stop thinking negative, actually it does affect you way and make you more stressful. But when you have less stress and when you have less pressure, then you actually gonna run a lot faster, right? You know, and you're gonna perform a lot better. So I think that's what helped me the most too, right? But I don't think that was the biggest reason, right? So yeah, so how do I end up running, you know, a lot faster, right? So obviously, you know, let's see, obviously I train better, right? So yeah, and I think because I run my easy runs like way too slow, right? That's what happened, you know, while the YouTuber that I've been watching, right? It's just like, you know, weightlifting, right? This is why you don't see improvement ever in your fitness, right? It does not matter what sport you play, but if you keep doing your easy workout at like way too easy, you know, difficulty, then your body is generally not getting stronger. And so sometimes I have a hard time explaining, but I'll give you an example, right? And probably this will make you understand. For example, let's say that you want to lift, you know, heavy weight because you signed for a heavyweight competition, and your desire and your passion is to lift the heaviest weight as possible, right? So yeah, like if you go lift like a bunch of, you know, light dumbbell, like 1 pound or 2 pound, you know, and your body is, let's say, is way capable of that. I know that sometimes lifting too heavy will not be good for your body. I know too much and too little of anything is no good, right? But too little is also, you know, that will be considering under training, right? And when you lift and when you go way too easy, your body will not feel the challenge. It will not urge, you know, to get stronger, right? You don't feel a lot more challenge, so that means that you feel a lot more lazier, and your body will have no incentive to get stronger, right? So yeah, just imagine, you know, you're doing a bunch of easy weightlifting that doesn't help your muscle. It's not gonna grow, right? I mean, your muscle will demand you to lift even heavier stuff in order to get to lift heavier, right? And that's how, you know, all the athlete gets really strong, right? So yeah, same thing with running, you know, like, yeah, for me, my goal is to run as fast as possible, to run a sub 5 minute mile, right? I've been doing all my easy run around like 10-minute mile pace, even the slowest 10-minute mile pace, or even, you know, way slower than that. But yeah, I realized that that pace seems to be way too slow, so I start, you know, doing my easy run around like 8-minute mile pace to like 8:30, right? Sometime I go down to like 7 minutes, so 7:30 or, you know, 7 minutes, right? And it drastically helped my fitness, right? So yeah, because I get, like, sometimes when your body, it just depends, you know, on your body, right? You have to listen to it, right? If your body will let you know if you're doing too hard or you're doing too much, right? If you're somehow, you're exercising, if you're running way too easy, then your body will tell you to run a little bit faster, right? If you notice that you keep track of your watch, and if you run too easy, then just speed up a little bit, right? You know, but don't like speed up like way too much just to kill yourself. That's not what the purpose of it is about, right? That's not nobody will tell you to do that, right? I mean, yeah. But on top of that, you know, let's say that you go out too hard in running, right? You go out too hard, so if you go out too hard, then why don't you slow down a little bit, right? So yeah, if you just listen to your body, you know, and just don't hurt, then that is how you improve your mile, right? Everything needs practice, right? But you have to do it in the right way, right? The only way to get faster in running, like every other challenge set, is that you have to run at the correct paces, right? Because every day is a different day, right? Some day is a good day. You have a lot more energy. You feel a lot more fresher. So you should run a little bit faster, right? But some day you feel more banged up. You feel like you're having a bad day. Slow down a little bit, right? So yeah, and also, you know, the only reason how I got faster is like, you know, like I just need to like stop beating up myself and stop, you know, criticizing myself. So yeah, I think that was like the biggest problem. Like, I need to stop saying that I'm the Ovens and all stuff, right? I mean, keep criticizing myself, you know, like why I shouldn't do this, why I shouldn't do that, right? But obviously, you know, by getting rid of this problem, I started to, you know, improve, you know, in general, right? So I start, you know, improving myself by a margin, right? By like a good margin, right? So yeah, that's how I ran, faster, right? So yes, obviously, that's like, that reason seems to be, a little weird, but I think most runners, they don't beat themselves up, but yeah, this is the very unusual, I want to share to you on YouTube, right? Whether or not you like it or not, or whether it's like very unusual. So that's how I ran faster, right? And also, I do like more speed session, and also I increase like my mileage, right? Yeah, it's important that, to order to run faster for long distance, you obviously have to increase your mileage, because this is how you build up your VO2 max. So yeah, obviously, the more you practice, the more you exercise, then the more volume you build. So yeah, so just in general, it's important, you need to keep up with your mileage, how many miles you run or walked per week, and just increase it by increments, right? So yeah, just increase it by like no more than 10%. So if you run like 10 miles last week, only increase it by like up to like 1 mile, which is 11 miles. So yeah, that's another reason how I got faster, is that I just have to build my strength slowly. So yeah, because I know that at some point you're gonna hit your peak, and then your body starts to decline a little bit because it just got depleted. So you just have to rebuild this up again, right? But just do it slowly, right? So yeah, I did not regain my fitness overnight. It did not happen overnight, right? It can take years or many months to rebuild it, right? When your body's overtrained, and if you lose your fitness and you don't feel motivated, get stronger, then just build up that confidence slowly, right? It will get to you, one day, right? Just like it happened to me right now. So yeah, that's how I got faster, right? Things doesn't happen overnight, and you just have to build up gradually, right? I mean, to order run better mile stuff, you just have to do like a bunch of intervals. Let's say that you struggle to run this pace, maybe either slow down or have extended break, or hit whatever goal mile pace or goal 5K pace or whatever it is, whatever goal speed that you want to hit, for that certain distance. Then just do like a bunch of interval, and as you improve, get like less break and break, and as you improve, do like longer reps, do more faster, longer runs and all stuff, right? So yeah, it's also important that for me, this is how I improve in my mile time, is that I just need to wear like better shoes and stuff. Yeah, you have to pay attention to your shoe, you have to pay attention the nutrition that you feed to your body, right? You always want to make sure that you're replenishing your body, and you want to keep yourself healthy, right? So yeah, that's another thing I didn't want to do. But yeah, I can show you like the craziest part that's been happening to me. It's like I got 20 seconds faster just for the half mile alone, and I have not hit my peak yet, and I have to tell you why, right? Why I did not hit my peak in running, because obviously I'm still in the rehabilitation. I'm still healing from injuries, but I think my injuries like almost gone. This is why I see my results are very shocking and all stuff, right? So yeah, I think like my running fitness that happened exactly a year ago or further than that, I think my running fitness has currently has changed, and it's pretty much outdated. So I'm probably in a much better shape than I was last year, right? I'm in a much better shape when it comes to running, right? So yeah, I finally have figured things out, and I just need to keep doing what I'm doing, right? So yeah, that was the number one mistake that I want to share with you guys, right? Let me think of other possible mistake is that I don't have electrolyte. I don't refill myself, right? Obviously, when you're running, you have to refill yourself with enough nutrient stuff. Like I've been having a lot more electrolyte, going into my body and all that stuff, right? So yeah, that's me, as a runner, right? So yeah, if to avoid bonking, or not having enough fuel in your body, just make sure you have enough electrolyte, because that's very important. That's what a lot of runners are saying, right? And I'm just following their tips, and I'm just decided to show it to you again and again, right? But for most veteran runners, they already know what I'm saying. They already you'll kind of agree with me this, right? But for new runners, yeah, you just have to make sure, you replenish, enough energy, so the more you run, the more you have to refill yourself, right? The longer you run, the more recovery you need, right? So yeah, recovery is also important, all stuff. So yeah, that's how, my running fitness has gotten a lot better, right? So I think so reason, right? Obviously, did a little more workout, stop criticizing myself, especially when it comes to pacing also, and also, like do more, and also, listen to my body, had to be careful, not to push myself way too hard or not, way too easy, and just have to run at the correct paces, right? Yeah, if you keep running at the wrong paces, then nothing bad happen to you, but then you're just not going to improve, not like what you expected, right? Then don't expect much improvement on your running if you don't run at the correct pace, right? Just like this, it goes same for everything. If you don't do things correctly, then you're not going to get the result that you want. So that's just the bottom line. So yeah, obviously, 230, 215 for 800 meal, whatever that is. This result is not satisfactory, but it is a much better improvement than last year, right? I think it's not the end of the world yet, because 2025 is just getting started. So yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot more better, from here on there. So yeah, the results was really shocking to me, when I avoid these mistakes. It was really shocking, and I feel like it's only get better as my time goes on, as my rehabilitation it's getting better, right? As I'm moving out my rehabilitation from injuries, right, or illness or whatever it is, right? The only reason what hinders my performance is that dealing with illness and sickness and injuries and muscle cramp, right? Without those, I would rather sub 5-minute miles for sure, right? But since I've been having lots of personal issues that I've been dealing with life and all that weird issue I've been dealing with, I'm surprised that I have actually ran this fast. I have knocked out 20 seconds off of my time from last year in the half mile, about 20 seconds, right? Approximately, right? But yeah, a 2:15 half mile was not my PB, was not my best time ever. It was actually much faster. It was like a 2:05, 2:07, something like that. So yeah, I'm still like at least 10 seconds slower than I was for my peak for 800 meters. So that's okay. At the end of the day, I'll work my way back up there again, but I'll just try my best. I know that I will get a lot faster, eventually, right? So yeah, so my speed has gone much better. My running form, my stride has gone a lot better, right? I've been running at fast paces without feeling too fatigued. So peace out.